It worked.
Including the day you were born.
Okay.
Oh, Well, howdy doody folks, it's Barry here. Hope you are well. Welcome to my kitchen and another kitchen gadget testing video. If you've missed any other videos today, and also particularly before suggesting other gadgets to review, do put on your sweatband and check out the rest of the videos on the playlist, which goes on for absolute days. So grab the popcorn, and of course, before commenting down below, as always, please consider that some of these gadgets can help people with disabilities to perform certain tasks in the kitchen. I get messages about that. It's awesome to sort of give people the confidence to give things a go. Some are novelty, some are pretty good, some are, well, we'll let you decide if they're bad or not. In fact, that's my role, that's your role too. Let's get going. It is a murky day, just like my last video. It's a horrible day out there, but the light in here really helps things. We've got the dogs down here. We put their bed there now. My daughters are here as well somewhere. I don't know where Chloe's gone. Hello, oh my gosh. So let's crack on. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get thawing, all right? And not in a Marvel way. I love it when this happens. It's kind of like sometimes these videos accidentally fuse together, but the last video I did, which was the stromboli, I bought some frozen dough, right? Which I had to thaw out. But I said in that video, my way around it was to thaw it out in the sink. I read about it online, but this, ladies and gents, is the Thor Claw, which basically thaws frozen food 70% quicker. It's got a sucker on it, right? There we go. It's got a sucker. And it sticks to the bottom of your sink and you thaw it. So let's try it. I've got a steak. We're gonna try it two ways. We're gonna leave the steak here out on the countertop for the duration of this video, and then we'll use the Thor Claw to see if this thaws it out. This sticker thing goes to the bottom of the sink like that, and you fill it up with water, and then it's this claw thing that just stops the meat moving up and sort of, well, floating in the water. It keeps it submerged in lukewarm water. So it says a steak would normally take 3 hours to thaw out. Now the only way to officially test that is by literally, oh my gosh, that's like a brick. Order, order! Right, so we're gonna leave that on the side. We sucker that down like this, all right? Steak would normally thaw out in 3 hours. And normally with this Thor Claw, 20 minutes. This is gonna be amazing. So it's just over the claw's fingers right now, okay? We're gonna go under. And where it wants to float up. There you go, look! The claw is grabbing it. That's amazing. That is so cool. I don't care if this works now. It'd be a mistake for them to do bad marketing, wouldn't it? Let's find out and move on to a gadget from the last gadget video. All right, I'm not sure if we can do a little throwback now to the last gadget video where I had some problems with this thing. This is rubbish. I'm covered in lemonade. Can't remember the name of it, but basically it's supposed to remove the lid off of a can so you can create a delicious beverage. Turns out there's a lot of bad ones about, but I found one that had a general more than 2-star review, so we've gone for this one, and it should hopefully work theory the same way. Yeah, we put the can on, we clamp it down, and we should rotate it, and it hopefully, if this doesn't work, because this is going to be an ongoing thing, should remove the lid from my drink.
Is the drink alcoholic?
If you can't tell, I've roped Phoebe in for this one, alright? Just for emotional support. It got pretty crazy last time, alright? You stick it down on the can, okay? You push this in, and then you... This is what happened last time. Oh my gosh, did you hear the fizz?
Yeah.
I haven't shook the can up either. And you ooh! It's not making a crunchy noise in the can. Phoebe! This is the best day of my life!
It worked.
Including the day you were born.
Okay.
Should we go for it?
Yeah.
Oh no! Do I take that off? Oh! What the heck?
It's gone
Ladies
in.
and gents, look. Yeah, but it's gone in because I probably trimmed it so much that it's like fallen in. I'm literally bobbing. Look. It's worked.
It smells nice.
So I've just poured a little bit away because what you're supposed to do, Phoebe, do you want to put like a couple of blocks of ice in there? Yeah. It's foaming up.
Oil.
Yeah? And a straw. There we go, look at that. That's amazing. So you can walk around and be like, hey, I got eco-friendly straw and I don't need no glass. All right. You want to do that? People that keep tagging me in egg gadgets, to be honest, out of all the gadgets I've still got in the house, I've got enough for now. Eggs, right? You might not know that sometimes it's a myth. When you boil an egg, it's good to prick it to let some of the air out. There is a gadget for that, and then we have a gadget to help remove the sheath of the egg later on. So this, ladies and gents, is by Kotchenprofi. It's an EP-Picker mit Schichtehas Verschluss. Dalstalruste. This is something that you can just put your egg on, boom, and it can help when you boil the egg, which we're about to do. I've got a pan ready there. It's cold, that's how I like to boil my eggs. And we'll do that, and hopefully it won't like let it expand and crack and stuff. All right? I know what you're thinking. Oh, an egg pricker, how exciting. Egg peeler is where it comes in at the end. We're gonna boil the eggs and we're gonna try and use that thing. Okay, a little tease there, that's what this is building up to. So let's take this out. Oh, can you see? I don't know if you can. When I push in, if I just move it a little bit, you might be able to get the angle. There's a needle in there. That is what is gonna butt our chicken. Image of a lock, Zu and Auf. We're in a German lesson today, folks. Auf is open and Zu is closed. I'm going to the zoo, it's closed, hey. So Zu, if I spin it to the right, apparently, it's locked. Oh, actually, no, that is, yeah. That's so close to the opener. Look, if you just push it a few times, it's like, I'm open, I'm off, I'm off. Off. So we're gonna take an egg, we're gonna sit it down, and I presume you just, oh! Did you hear it? It cracked the bottom. Let's just take that out. And you can see, that's why I went for white eggs today like this. I wanted like that table tennis look for it to stand out. You can see the hole right there, look at that. I'm gonna boil up maybe 2 or 3 eggs. See if I can get the noise again. Oh, no! No, you donkey. I didn't put any pressure on that whatsoever. There we go. I don't know what happened there. That's a rogue egg. All right, I could have put more eggs than that in there. Just make sure you never stack them on top of each other, but it's just about to hit a boil. And the good news is where sometimes you boil eggs and the air gets out and they crack. We haven't got any of signs of that. Kind of looks like a weird cloud trying to escape from an egg. So it's all good. On a side note, I saw a really funny video the other day. If you ever boil an egg, you know how the yolk kind of goes like green and brown? It is a perfect replacement for an old school mouse ball, all right? Some of you guys like might not get that, be like, what's a mouse ball? Ladies and gents, it's now time to check on the steak. Has it worked or has it been a big mistake doing this? Either way, I'm gonna have steak for lunch, steak and boiled eggs. Gosh. This is the bowl that I put the frozen one in that we've done nothing to. Bit crunchy. So that needs another few hours at least. In fact, at the end of this video, I'll let you know how long it took for this to thaw out properly. But here we go, completely legit with the can over there out the way because I don't want it to leak anymore. Here is the Thor Claw. Let's just slide it. And I can see that that looks softened because there's obviously the juices, shall we say, of the steak. Oh my gosh. That is squidgy. That is squidgy! You're squidgy! Hey, even audible. Look at that! That is awesome. It's squid, it's that, I can tell, is done. I must eat this. I must cook it right now. Oh, so just while that's cooking away, as you know, I'm doing a crowdfund campaign at the moment for my pizzeria cooking school. So here's my pizza joke of the day. Making a deep dish pizza is super easy. Yes. It's a pizza cake. I've actually made a pizza cake before on the channel, that was really good. But anyhow, if you fancy checking out the Kickstarter campaign, it is blowing up. Thank you so much for the support. Check it out and share away. So just as I finish off my steak, those eggs have had 12 minutes in there, and to stop them cooking any longer, they are going straight into an ice bath. All right, beautiful. But if only we had a way of putting salt and pepper on this in a completely novelty way, which is unnecessary. Because those, ladies and gents, are some Sergeant Pepper and Corporal Salt wind-up salt pepper shakers. Wind up. Like, are you winding me up? That's English, right? Americans, Australians, you can use that. Passing the salt and pepper has never been so much fun. Are they based on the Beatles? I don't know the Beatles. I don't do insects, but you know, it's got a P. Give me a P. Give me an S. There's your salt, and twist off its head. There you go. You put the actual pepper in there. It's that debate of like what I've done before with the pug salt and pepper ones. Does the salt one have one hole and the pepper have multiple? That's always how I was brought up, but a lot of people disagree with that. But we can now put that in there and season our steak in the most laziest way. Necessary Salt Bay this. Look at that. All right. And it's got a little nodule. Is that even the word, nodule? To like link it in so the cap doesn't fall off. I love that it's a cap, but it's also a cap. Phoebe, could you please pass me the salt, please?
Okay.
Thanks. Just got to put up with the noise for a minute, but hey, that's really good. Thanks. All right, so let's check out the egg peeler now. Remember, I gave away some of these on Patreon. In fact, the last one I gave away wasn't a gadget, it was my Queen cardboard cutout. So it's in Denmark now. Thank you for supporting me. Egg peeler, easy, fast and fun. Egg peeler, the Neg. Sounds like a film. Oh, the Meg, that was a film. I did see that and it was okay. I try not to talk about movies, politics, COVID-19 and stuff like that because I just stick gadgets, you know. Fine. So the water fill level is the bottom pink cap part. In fact, it actually does say it right there. So let me fill this up right now. The egg. I really hope after all this that it is hard boiled. Otherwise we're gonna have a yolk explosion. So that's in there like that. A lot of gaps in there. Maybe the water stops the impact on the edges when you're shaking it. And it says to snap the cap on. Ooh, there was a fairly light snap there. And then we just shake up and down. I'm not looking at it. I'm looking at you. Chloe, come here. Is that done?
What does it need to be like?
Has the shell come off?
I guess.
You guess?
It's just white.
What the heck is it? That's worked! Mrs. B, you got to see this. We have, ladies and gents, a boiled egg.
Oh, wow.
That's worked amazingly. I'm going to put it in my little thing. The shell.
And it didn't mash up the egg either.
No. Yes. Oh, what's happened there?
It's cracked.
I don't know what. You managed to break the actual egg.
Is that meant to happen?
I don't know. You just shook it a bit too hard, buddy.
I think that's all that's happened, don't worry.
That's good. Well, you said you like your egg scrambled.
Smell that.
Oh.
Oh my god, no. It smells like Daddy's socks.
That's proper egg
That's
gas.
not true. I live in a house full of women.
Gassy.
It's not true. Oh gosh. Oh no. No. Put that away. Just dump it all in and the shell should just fall off. Look at the shell. Look at that. That's amazing.
Oh.
Well, I think that is a cracking success.
I think that's a really good gadget.
Yeah, but I think we've done a hack before, haven't we, where we did something like that in a tub.
Yeah.
But they didn't tell you to put water in. I think that's the difference, you know. So you could probably just do that with like a little small tub, couldn't you?
Yeah. The Neg.
The Neg.
Excellent.
Coming soon, starring The Rock. One more gadget to do. No, two more gadgets to do. This one's pretty fun, this one. You guys are here now. Do you want to do it with me?
Yes.
Okay. Hang on, I thought you were helping me. What are you doing?
Lots of mummy in here.
This is my quiet space.
So, I'm so sorry. This is called the Zip Slicer and it enables you to slice multiple cherry tomatoes and grapes at once. That is very specific. I'm sure other things could fit in there. For example, maybe an olive. Maybe Mrs. B. Slices in seconds. I don't know how it works, but basically there's a removable blade. It's kind of like a tube. You line them all up like a pool table and then you slice down and you should basically decapitate them and, well, halve them. It looks like an innocent looking tube, but inside tubes can be dangerous things. So this feels like the non-slip handle that you hold. That is where the, oh my gosh. Look at that.
But.
No, I was gonna say blade. Family friendly and all that. Look at that. That's like a shark fin. That sort of plastic bump makes sure it stays in there, and then you basically run it along. Wow. These are seedless grapes as well, ladies and gents. Perfect, mate. That is filled to the brim. That's quite a nice little thing to take for your lunch, isn't it? At work, you're like, oh, I've just got some grapes for lunch.
Would you like one?
I'm just eating them. Okay. No, I think I'll wait until I prefer my grapes halved. Right, so what we're gonna do, this blade, look at that. That is scary. We put it down like this. Oh my gosh, this feels weird. And then, trying to work out the best way to do this, we're just gonna push down. There might be some juice comes out. Ready, girls? 3, 2, 1. It shredded it. Oh my gosh! Well, it's gone through something. Let's get a new bowl. Thanks, kids. Come on. It's not coming out. Oh, there's 2 at the bottom that are wedged. Chloe, are you just eating grapes? There we go. Oh my gosh, look at that. That one has somehow survived like a magician's assistant. But all the others, they are halved. They're not perfectly halved. Some of them are at different angles, but that has worked. And as scary looking as that is, it actually felt quite safe. You run your hand down there, the blade is not gonna escape. That was the thing, when it passed my hand, I was like, oh no. So I trust you with the tomatoes, all right?
Okay.
Yes!
That felt like I sliced them all.
Yeah, you probably did.
Let's pour them in.
But then you wanna make sure you pull the blade all the way through. So there was one at the bottom like that.
Oh.
That's like a homemade samurai sword, like holster. Look at that!
They all sliced in half. I want to slice every single one of them.
That is brilliant.
Can I slice?
Yeah, do you want to do one? How about you do a mix of both?
Oh, yeah.
That well-known combination of grapes and tomatoes. It's like the world's worst game of Connect 4. Yes. Right, be very careful please, mate. Watch your fingers there, hold it there, that's it. Straight down, keep going, push, push, push. There you go, keep going, push it through. Push it through. Yes, mate. Oh. What do you think, guys?
I think that worked.
That's brilliant. All right, that's a good one. We're gonna finish with a bang. Do you know what raclette is? Well, it could be a word that I pronounced wrong, but it's also a cheese from Switzerland. It's very, very good for melting. And I also believe raclette is also known as the terminology used for when you scrape or you pour hot melted cheese onto a dish, which I think is also common in Switzerland. In fact, we have been down this avenue before. And that's cheese. This is a gadget that I did maybe a year ago, maybe a bit longer than that. This is actually a mini raclette to go, where you have candle lights, you know, little tea lighters, things like that, where you light with a flame, put it under there, you put your cheese on, and then you can just pour it on. That was so good. Now we've gone up a notch, okay? Check this out. This is the raclette cheese melter. Look at that. It's almost self-explanatory, isn't it? It's basically a sunbed for cheese. And if we get the cheese working, I'm probably gonna stick some bread on it. I wanna see if I can make toast on it. Who needs a toaster? It's basically in 3 parts. So you have got the main base bit, you've got this bit that the cheese, which is very sharp, this bit here, sits on, but you can push it closer to the heating element, which just sits right in there, like that. This is gonna be pretty cool. If it works, we're gonna see some serious scrapage. But that doesn't actually move, so it's the control is all in this. And I might wear oven gloves when I'm doing that, because that's gonna be hot. I mean, that's angry. Okay, I'm now a raclette expert, and I've seen that there's no point in me trying to put other cheeses and breads in this because it won't hit the height of that flame. So here is the raclette. I've taken it out of the wrapper, and what we do, this is the swivelly thing that goes up and back. It just sits on that little bit there like that. It's quite cool, but it can spin 360 like that. So this doesn't move at all. It all comes here. This is the adjustment. So we can melt it against that and then spin it round and hopefully scrape it off. And also there's this small plate thing that goes at the back to catch any cheese drips that could form. What could go wrong? I am gonna keep my oven gloves here, and it will take apparently 15 minutes potentially to get the first bit ready. So what we'll do, just like the diagram here, see they've got that sort of triangle facing up? I'm going to take it like this and sit it right on those 4 prongs. Get it right in there. Sit it. That is awesome. Look at that. Yes. And just like these electrical appliances, apparently it will give off a smoke at first, but this is a UK plug, we're all right. Aha! An on button. Mysterious device. Here we go. I have turned it. It's not making any noises. Oh my gosh! Look, I was just reading, make sure I didn't miss anything. I might need to open a window in case my fire alarm goes off. Right, it's been a couple of minutes and it's starting to smell a little bit. The heat is pumping out of there. If you're wondering what we're going to scrape it onto, sometimes people scrape it onto bread or baked potatoes, things like that. It's going straight onto our steak from earlier, which is sadly cold, but still needs to be eaten. And it will. Oh my gosh, people, that looks like it's ready. Can you see that droop coming? That's why the plate is there. I'm finding it hard to work out when to scrape it, but that does look like it's kind of ready. Look, oh, there's the cheese. Oh, I think we should go for it. I feel very safe. I'm gonna push it straight under there, get it nice and close, but then I can pivot it round and scrape it off like that. So let's give it one last little blast of heat. All right, I'm really happy. I've taken the plate out the way. I'm gonna turn the heat off. Woo! I'm gonna spin it round. I love that you can just spin like that. And I'm gonna push it quickly down onto, oh my gosh. Scrape it right down with that heat onto my steak. Oh wow, that's amazing. You spin it back around, turn it back on, and you keep going. Steak and cheese! And grapes and tomatoes and eggs. Nice. Alright, that is so addictive. And you just scrape it off like that. Oh my goodness, this is fun. From what I remember though, it does set really, really quickly. Oh. Look at that. That's amazing. Ah, it's hot. Ah. Oh. So good. Wow. I know what I'm doing for the rest of the day. It's a big old wheel to get through. Wow. Well, I would love to keep eating that, but I've got some tidying up to do. And that other steak, by the way, this video is taking me 2.5 hours to do. It is still like the texture of an ice lolly. So that's it. Don't forget to subscribe for regular videos and food fun. Check out the rest of the kitchen gadget videos and have a marathon. It goes on for hours. If you've seen any of the cool gadgets that I have not reviewed, do let me know down below. Don't forget to check out the crowdfund and follow me on social media if you fancy it. Stonking. They were all so good today. Have a good one.
Check your level, player. No matter what your style, the kitchen's for me. Simon's moustache, goatee, maybe all 3.
Ladies and gents, it has been 3.5 hours and this has finally thawed out to the stage with the Thor Claw job. So you could probably bodge it with a mortar like I did with the dough, but it's actually a really cool gadget. Also the Raclette thing, I'm not posh enough to keep that, so I will be giving that away for Patreon folks. Take care, see you soon. Have we lost me? This has been literally in a box. I thought you were helping. Hang on, sorry. Do that again. Literally what I just saw out of the corner of my eye. I just got a drawstring and everything. Go on. I literally, from a distance, just saw that. I'm gonna feed her boiled eggs.